Hello, everyone. I'm Kingfisher Games. Pronouns are he, him. We will be playing the only level, but not just the only level. The only level 2, but not just the only level 2. The only level 3. This is the Elephant Collection, a collection of 14, previously 10, but now 14 classic Flash games wrapped in Adobe Air and re-released on Steam. Today, we will be playing my personal pet category of This is the Only Level trifecta, which are 3 games where we play one level 30 times. Joining me today are Clamity. If you'd care to introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Clamity, and I am one of the runners of, I've run this category before, but also the Elephant Collection in general, and also some of the individual original Flash games of This is the Only Level.
And we also are very, very lucky to be blessed with the presence of Tasselfoot. If you want to explain who you are and your connection to these games.
Hi, I'm Tass. I don't run this game. I actually run the game that was on before this, but I made this, sort of. I did the main design work for 2 of the 3 games in this collection, and I work for Armor Games, and I used to work with John Cooney, who is the core developer and designer of all of these wonderful little nuggets of your childhood.
We're gonna get into this. Run is going to start when I walk in, when I enter this door, and it will not end until you see it says hooray or yes or something at the end of the 3rd game. We'll give you a heads up when we're entering the last stage, so you can hit time at the end. So, without further ado, 3, 2, 1, let's get at it.
So This is the Only Level was originally not a game that John Cooney, JMTB02, was going to make. One summer, he was making a game a week for 8 weeks, and he had a game, and he was working on it, and Friday came around, and he was like, I don't like this. So what did he do? He shelved it, and he made a completely new game in less than 1 day. And that is what you see here. This is the Only Level. So if you're like, hey, this game doesn't, look as good as Fortnite or whatever, that's why. This game was made in like 8 hours.
Yeah, and what we're trying to do in each level is, you can see, we're playing through the 30 stages, and each one has a bit of a gimmick that we're trying to get past. There's a hint to complete the gimmick in the lower left corner. So here we're trying to get to the end, but there is a heavy wind pushing us back. So the challenge of this one, for example, is trying to get the right jump at the start. There's just different. So like this one, we can't jump. So we go straight to the end of the level. And this one's all about mashing. So this is the one that sort of can tire you out a bit, I think, when you're practicing runs for this. This one coming up, this is actually someone that's been changed for the Elephant Collection. So it used to be about refreshing the game, but when it's not on a web page anymore, so we return back to the home, and while we enter back in, we'll actually go to the credits here and unlock stage 27, so we don't need to go back out later.
Yeah, throughout this collection, we had to do that a few different times because there were some things that we were able to do being on web or having a built-in API that we couldn't do on Steam or GOG or itch.io, which is where you can purchase this collection. Shameless plug.
I will also be donating $1 for every death, so theValiantSun will be keeping track of what the end death counts are in each of the 3 games and giving me the total at the end. I would encourage anyone in chat who has the means to do so to attempt to match that. It's probably not going to cost you more than like $20 or $30. I'm going to be frank. We've already passed some of the more difficult levels in that regard. Of
We're
note,
still playing the same one.
yep. Of note, oop. Come on.
So
There we go.
all of these games are built in a custom tile engine that John made. So you can see all the way the stripes are handled and the layouts of the levels themselves are very grid-like. And that has some benefits in terms of being able to design quickly, like in 8 hours, but also has a lot of limitations in terms of how you can actually design things.
Yeah. So you'll also see that that was the infamous gate where you don't actually get past it. It opens every 10 seconds, so imagine a bus. But we're coming up on the end of this is the only level 1, so we have time for a donation.
We had $100 from JMTB02 that says, "Hello, Elephant. Thank you so much for running the Elephant Collection this year and supporting such an incredible cause. Good luck on the run, Kingfisher. Hi to the couch, and thank you, gamers less than 3. And for those tracking along, we had 5 deaths in that first level."
Hi, John.
Hey, John, thank you so much. Hello, event to you as well. Hello, event to everyone watching today to celebrate and help with such an important cause.
So now we are on to, this is the only level 2, that is spelled TOO, because this is also the only level. And basically, 6 months or a year, I don't remember exactly, after the original game, I got to bothering John and being like, "Hey man, I love This Is the Only Level. It would be really nice and super nice of you to be like, hey Tass, you can help and you can design with me on a sequel." And I kept bugging him about that, and eventually he said yes. And so we got to work. And so instead of one day,
we have a pause strat.
Yep. Sorry.
Nice.
So normally you
just-
can't hit that ledge right there, but by pausing beforehand, you can buffer it and drop there. So continue.
Very well done. John was super nice, and he let me do a majority of the design work for this game and for This Is the Only Level 3. I think we basically did all of the design in about a day, but then the programming and testing and polishing was another like 2 to 2.5 weeks. So I don't remember exactly, but this whole game was about 2 to 3 weeks, up from the 1 day of the first one.
Can I get a wahoo?
Woohoo!
Speaking of riding the bus, yeah, John and I, we both love homages and call-outs and Easter eggs, even if they're not very subtle. So anywhere that we could kind of utilize that, because when you're designing 30 of the exact same thing, it's kind of hard. You run out of ideas here and there, so
And that
shamelessness
that button used to take you to the walkthrough, actually.
more self-promotion on my part.
Yeah, one of my favorite things is some of Tasselfoot's walkthroughs are actually submitted onto the speedrun pages. The original, you really are the original speedrunner of this game.
Also, and John painted that. I still don't really know how he managed to get the painting into the game. I just assume it's like magic, but that was like some watercolor paintings that John was doing at the time, and he was like, let's put it in the game, so that became a level. This is
Curse
Fisher's
you for
favorite
this
level.
one. Curse you for this one.
There are invisible walls for those spectating at home.
Yes, a bit of a finding your way through, trying to get to the end. It's definitely one of the more challenging ones. This one, once you get used to it, it's not too bad, but the controls are inverting every so often, so it can definitely be a bit of a challenge. And then this one's just really fun. I love this one.
So, fun fact, for a lot of the video games you've played, menus are listed as their own level in code, or their own scene. In this game, we actually play the menu. So, yeah.
It was constantly like a discussion of what interesting things can we do in Flash, in web? Like there was a level in the original version of this where you basically open a second instance of the game. And by doing that, the browser recognizes that there are two instances open and will open a completely different scene. That was first done in this level's fun. You're the death count. Thank you for the donations. But basically, Achievement Unlocked series
I'm really not
always
having a
came
good
out.
time with that one.
It always came out before This is the only level of the same name.
Safety
So
strat.
there was some stuff that John did in Achievement Unlocked 2 and then later on in Achievement Unlocked 3 that we then stole some of those ideas for This is the only level 2 and 3. We'll see that again on stage 28 here, but Achievement Unlocked 2 is the one that first did 2 windows and it has a purpose to it.
Yeah, that was my worst Death from Above and Below in quite some time.
You want to explain this one?
So the position left to right is what number they are at the bottom, and some of you are old enough to remember Lead Speak, and some of you were born after that stopped being commonplace, and I feel old now.
It's all right. There are some people that probably didn't get the Super Mario Brothers reference either, so
That's a scary thought.
it's just how it be. So this was what I was saying. This was originally introduced in the Achievement Unlocked series, and we brought it over into This is the only level as well. So I am certainly willing to steal design from our own titles.
Nope.
Another fan favorite level.
Yeah, someone who's had to run hyper mode, that's a hard one.
Which is 3 times faster.
Also, we have another time for another donation while we get to 2.3.
We had a $50 donation from Chippy Satan that says, "This little elephant was such a big part of my childhood. I'm excited to see what kind of schmoves they have. And I want to remind everybody that Super Glitter Rush Color War is open right now. Cyberpunk and Tea Time are closed with $25 each, but Spooky is a close tied for second, I guess, with $5. I've also been told that Slimy as a layout is trans as heck. So if you want to donate for that, get your donations in, ! Donate.
So that was what, 5 the first game and 23 the second? Okay.
So just like with any series, right? You have to get bigger. You have to get bolder
Nice.
in terms of your design and everything that you've got. So this time we added a switch. We added doors. Our elephant now has powers. That was again from Achievement Unlocked 3. We got our elephant got leveled up and can now defecate baked goods. Family friendly, of course. So not necessarily better adding the switches and doors, but it certainly allowed us to do a lot more interesting things in design.
Some rough RNG there on Rave. And here's the real trick that I found. So we're gonna go here and basically but we only need to collect blood.
If you're in low resolution, the original resolution of the game, that trick doesn't work. So I think we've gotten a bit lucky that one works in the Elephant Collection.
So you'll notice the art is significantly improved here. That's because it was done by Jimp. Jimp was a longtime collaborator with John and myself on games, as well as doing games of his own with the Massive Monsters studio. And if you're familiar, you You might recognize Massive Monster because they went on to make an incredibly popular game called Quibble with the Lamb.
You have time for one very quick donation here, because I'm going to have to still run this a couple more times.
We have $5 from Black Heart Wings. Says $5 for that first batch of deaths. Hi, Kingfisher. I know how much you love this run, and I'm so proud of you for getting to show it off here for GD Queer and supporting such a great cause.
Oh, Gabby, you have meant a lot to me in learning to run. They encouraged me very early in my speedrunning career. I met them I followed them for a while, and then I met them at Games Done Quick. Awesome Games Done Quick 2024. Sorry, 25. I have to be ready here, so we're gonna hit menu, and we're gonna immediately spam play.
Did we get it? We got it. We got it. Yep. So, yeah, that doesn't matter.
Okay.
So usually there's meant to be a wall spawn there, but by going to menu and then straight back into the game, we can actually stop that wall from spawning because the you win animation didn't properly finish playing. So that's just when you're running this one not in RTA, which we do in when we're doing all three.
I snuck Snake into your speedrun event.
So, and this used to be inside the API, the leaderboard API for Armor Games, but for Steam we couldn't do that, so we had to just make it its own thing. Last little piece of nugget that I have for this run is originally I wanted to call this game This Is 3 Only level, keeping with the pun names, but John said that was too awful and vetoed it, and I will never not be salty about that. Just a tiny little thing, but John, I still love you.
This is the last stage of the last level, so time.
GG!
What did I get?
Nah, that was an A run. But no, thank you Tasselfoot and thank you JMTB02 for making all these amazing games.
But we're not done, because we met an incentive.
Yes, thank you all, chat, for raising $1,345 for Lambda Legal to unlock our level 4 glitch showcase. I'm just sliding in real quick as you get that set up to say we have $50 from BPM and the entire NYSX family that says, hey, Kingfisher, congrats on your GDQ run, and be gay, do crimes, even if it's only for one level.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, New York Snark Exchange, for hopping in and contributing. Thank you, everybody who's donated. So, before we continue, the death counter for donation was only for the first... Oh, I'm in the wrong... Yeah, no, I'm in the right spot. The death counter for donation was just for that run. So, what was the total? It was 5 plus 23, and then how many on the third game?
1 in
Just
the third
one.
game.
Okay.
So $29.
Okay, I'll make it an even 30. All right. So we're erasing our progress.
One for every stage.
And this is the only level of Interest in Singularity. And time is going to start when I hit play. So 3, 2, 1, start.
So we start the run pretty normal here. Just going through the stages, inverted controls.
Don't jump.
And then, stage 4, so what we're doing is we're clicking on the pipe. But it turns out you can just continue clicking on the pipe and it will continue working and teleporting you to the end of the stage. So means that we can get through this level pretty quickly because we don't really need to play it.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's all just one level anyway, so This is really the intended way of playing the game.
Yeah, so it never actually gets rid of your ability to control the. If you click quickly, never gets rid of your ability to control the elephant with the mouse. So do this.
And to make it more consistent, you can just not let go of the mouse and just keep holding it. So
You got to wiggle it though.
yeah. And not run it into the wall, because that will kill it.
We're coming up.
Time.
GG.
And we go off of in-game time for that. So that was a 1 minute, 25 second, 25.2 second run. So that's the game. Thank you all. Of note, this was 10 games. They added 4 in a recent update, and Humble Bundle actually has this as part of a collection right now. So if you want to go get this and a bunch of other games that are all throwbacks to the old classic era of web stuff, there's an entire event for that. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So thank you all so much for having me. I really do appreciate it. This was a blast to be able to showcase this, to debut this for Games Done Quick. So.
Great run, Fisher.
Thank you.
But no, thank you, and you definitely check out this game. And there's actually soon, keep an eye out for more new games coming, new Flash games coming from Wonderful Elephant and GMTB02, including a new elephant game. So if you've been, if you played these years back and you want a new one, I know that there's going to be a new collection coming out on Steam soon, which will feature that. But yeah, thank you to Flash Games. Shout out to Flash Games, and thank you Tasselfoot for being here. It's an honor to actually commentate with one of the designers of the games.
And again, I'm Kingfisher Games. You can find me on Kingfisher Games here on Twitch and on YouTube and on Instagram and, not Instagram so much, Blue Sky. There's going to be a rebrand coming in January. I have an update to my VTuber. So if you want to see me, follow me. You'll see what happens. Thank you again so much for having me. I really appreciate it. To ValiantSun, to the whole GDQ community. This really means a lot to be able to come and showcase this. So, thank you.